Welcome to Storybound, where we are diving into the world of Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. Skyward by Brandon Sanderson is a YA sci-fi novel that does not exist within the overarching shared universe of the Cosmere. Instead, we are introduced to a world called Detritus, a world where humans are facing off against an alien force who is pushing for their extinction. When I originally started my channel, this was going to be my first review, so I'm glad I decided to finally dig back into the series. This is going to be a spoiler-free discussion about the series, and we will touch on the attacking race of aliens, some vague details about the book, but nothing major in terms of plot and spoilers overall. That being said, I do plan on digging into the books as they come out in full details with spoiler and non-spoiler reviews, so please keep an eye out for those. If you enjoy my videos, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel and it pleases the algorithm gods. Skyward was a planned trilogy but has now been expanded with the announcement of 3 additional novellas coming out just before the final book, Cytonic, of the main series. The main series consists of 3 books, Skyward, Starsight, and Cytonic. The first 2 are already out, and Cytonic will be releasing this year, November 23rd, 2021. The novellas will focus on side characters, the first of which will be for a character named FM called Sunreach, releasing this week, September 28th, a second called Redawn, next month, October 26th, and the third, Evershore, releasing December 28th, 2021. We don't have full details on who the 2 additional novellas will focus on, but fans of the series can probably guess who they will be. The core series focuses on a young girl named Spensa, a 17-year-old who is part of a group of shipwrecked humans living on a ruined world called Detritus, fighting for their survival as she strives to be a fighter pilot, like her father. A series of events happens pretty early on in the book that pushes the story further along that is later known as the Battle of Alta. The details of this battle are obscure, and Spensa, has reason to believe that the official story has been fabricated. The mystery surrounding this battle is one of the major focuses of the book, and the series as a whole, and I enjoyed seeing the realities of it being uncovered. The bulk of the book follows Spensa and her struggles to enter the Academy, also known as the Defiant Defense Force, as well as her exploits and interactions of her and her classmates, learning the ins and outs of piloting small fighting class ships specific to the cadet pilots and the social dynamics of the world they live in. Her class is quickly thrust into small skirmishes with an alien race called the Krell. These battles take place just under a debris field that surrounds the planet and houses precious resources that both the Krell and the citizens of Detritus use to build their ships' proclivity rings, which allow them to have more amazing maneuvers than just your typical fighter jet. Without digging into spoilers, Spin is constantly dealing with the lasting pressures that come with being the child of someone who fought in the Battle of Alta, and how that affects her dynamic with the Defiant Defense Force and her classmates and her superior officers. These dynamics and how she deals with them do at times feel cliché. However, the conversations and scenarios that revolve around this premise are super fun and definitely contain some interesting dynamics. By the end of the first novel, we have met a fairly decent cast of characters who all have incredibly different and enjoyable personalities. The climax of the first book was fun, and I was excited to dive immediately into the sequel, Starsight. Although I won't dig deep into Starsight or its details, as it would possibly be considered spoilers to book 1, we do see Spensa go on a solo mission that takes a pretty massive change of pace from what we got in the first novel, which felt more like Independence Day, with its focus on the invasion and exploits with alien tech versus the type of espionage type book we get with Starsight. It does still come with lots of fighter combat and further expands the cast of characters, much like Book 1, and it was a very solid lead. However, we do not get a ton of time with the side characters we did meet in Book 1, and I think that's why we had the surprise announcement that we would be getting 3 novellas. And as much as I am excited to read Cytonic, I can't wait to dig into these side character focused novellas to see what FM and the others have been doing during Spence's exploits in Book 2. All in all, I would highly recommend this series. Like I said, it's a tad cliche, however, it's super fun, and they are a quick read, and as I said, we're about to get a ton of entries into the series in a very short amount of time over the next few months, so there's never been a better time to dive in. This has been a quick dive into the Skyward series on Storybound. Expect more videos on the series with the new books coming out, and please let me know what you thought of the book so far in the comments down below. Thanks again for watching, and as always, have a good one.